Good morning, everybody. We love these Saturday mornings. I've been doing this now for, it's really amazing, really. About 4 years, I guess 5 years, we've been doing these Saturday mornings. And I think there was a group of about 7 or 8 or 10 of us that used to get on. Now we get into the hundreds every Saturday, some Saturdays even more. We have a special guest this morning, and we're very thankful that we have him. And I'm going to have Coach Palmer and Coach Rowland both do some interviewing here. But Cameron Bott, I have known now for, I guess, about 8.5 years. He was with the company when I started, I guess. I don't remember exactly when we met, but I've watched Cameron do so many amazing things with their company. So we just felt that we needed, with all the website changes and all the things that are coming, that we needed somebody from corporate to kind of give us an update on what's happening and all the things going on. And I'm telling you, when you get a company that's growing as fast as ours, there's going to be glitches and things that go wrong. But honestly, being a business person and for 40 years, don't get me wrong, it doesn't make me any less stressed when things don't work smooth. I'll say that right up front. I get stressed just like everybody else, but I've been through so many different things in business that it makes me know that things there's an evolution of things that happen. So Cameron, we're so thankful that you're here. And Todd, I don't know if there's a specific question that you or Coach Palmer wanted to talk to Cameron about. We didn't really have any discussion. We were lucky that he said he could be on this morning. And so
yeah, we're going to get 2 things from Cameron. One, just to give Cameron a little bit more kudos, he was a tremendous North American general manager. We've missed him ever since he left. But he went to Europe when Europe basically had no growth going on and became the European general manager. And they now are the #1 market in the world. They have skyrocketed. Their sales started doubling and tripling, almost sometimes 90-day period over 90-day period under his leadership. He's now back in America. I think he's still helping run Europe, but he's also now a part of commissions and everything else. And I know there was an issue at the bank Friday, and some direct deposits will be getting there Monday. So Cameron, if you can give us an update straight from the company, everything that's going on the updates on the systems all merging together, the commissions now being, and everybody's checking account on Monday morning and across the board. And thanks for joining us, Cameron.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Super excited to be here. So I want to tell a quick story before I get started, because I remember about 7 years ago, and Todd will remember this, we were in Florida together. It was one of my worst evenings that I've ever had. You know, Todd and I are sitting there and we're supposed to launch these replicated sites. The first time we had replicated sites, and it just melted down. It was just, nothing was working. And I was sitting there going, holy cow, what are we going to do? This is the end of the world. You know, and we got things working, I think, within the next 3 or 4 days after that. And I just remember learning a lesson from that. And I've gone through many of these since then, is that, you know, you have little glitches, but the juice is worth the squeeze, is what we'd say, right? And I want to tell you why we're doing these things. I think if you understand the why behind, then you're going to go, okay, I get it. So I'll tell you the why, and then I'll tell you the state of the company, because the state of the company is good, is great, is fantastic, but you got to understand the reason why. Now, any company that you want to grow, anything that if you want to take a company from $500 million to $1 billion to $2.5 billion within a 3-year period, you can't do it on small fry systems with small fry operations, right? So what we decided when we merged together with New Age, this whole idea was that, number one, we wanted you guys to be able to become owners of this company because the stock was awesome. But more than that is that we wanted to become a public company, run with public ideas, run with this whole public platform. And that's how you grow. You have to be able to move into these big things. So with that, we merged into a brand new system. We took 70 countries onto one system. We have one system now, and I don't know if you know this, but we're the only company that can run multiple compensation plans in one system. Why would we do that? Why would we run multiple compensation plans in one system? Well, number one, it gives us the ability to be fluid. Take Africa, for example. Africa didn't want to survive on the RX compensation plan. They needed something that was built for them, for Africa, by Africa, is what we've been saying. So we had to be able to build something that would fit their model. It still follows our comp plan, but is different. And we can run that on the same system. Okay. Not only that, as we bring new companies in, we can run their compensation plans on the system until we merge in. It provides us with so many opportunities. So 70 countries, multiple different compensation plans. Now, especially as we're a public company, going in and all of the correct reporting that we have to have. All of the firewall options that we have to have. Now, you'll notice, I think back in the day, you would notice the website going up and going down, and it was slow at some times, and it was up and then it was down. That's because we were being attacked all the time. DDoS attacks. They happen to every company, and they happen to big companies. Well, what you don't know is that we're being attacked every day, DDoS, but you don't see it now because we've got huge infrastructure in the background to be able to support everything that we need to do. Okay. Now, aside from that, we've got quick mergers or integrations. We've got integrations of new social selling programs. All of these things have to have a robust system. Now, it takes time to implement a robust system, especially as we're going from one system and integrating a compensation plan. And not only that, is we're taking a whole nother company and integrating them into our compensation plan. So huge things happening, but so necessary, and the juice is worth the squeeze, because these are the things that take us from a $500 million company to a $1 billion company. Now, why does that matter for you? Well, we're a public company now. You can be a shareholder. Number two, it helps draw more people into the business. I remember when again, another story with Todd, we're sitting there and he goes, how do we make this a name across the United States? Nobody knows what RX is. Nobody's heard of us. And we just thought, you know what, it's going to take some time. That's where we are right now. People are hearing of us. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about in Europe, the path, and I'll tell you that in a little bit, but I want to explain to you where we are right now. So we've gone through 4 weeks of integration so far. And what we've done is we focused on what we call the big three: pay a commission, take an order, ship an order. Anything that had to touch those three was put in priority on the list. So you got still things like back office reporting. You still got some ticky-tacky things that have not been touched yet, because we're focusing on making sure that we're solid on those big three. With that comes new processes, which maybe you don't understand, is that as we come into a public company, commission adjustments and things like that now have to go through 2 approval processes. Right? So we do the commission, we run it, we fund it, then we have to do it again, run it, and verify on that. So you're seeing some delays on commissions and things like that because it's a brand new process. I want to build the confidence in you right now. The company is paying commissions. We will not miss a commission, right? A little bit of glitches right now, but we're getting through them. The state of the company, we are financially sound. And I know people say, well, when you're late on the commission, you must be running out of money. We've got plenty of money. We're financially sound. We're financially strong. We're continuing to move forward. It's just working out some of those kinks. Now, I'll tell you, our IT team, we've got an incredibly strong IT team. And we have a list every day of all the projects that they're working on. And they knock out 15 to 20 big rock items every single day. But there's also a priority list. You look and you go, okay, well, it seems like, I've got a problem. It seems like you put it on the priority list. It could be pretty easy to fix. Well, it's also spread over 70 different markets, over 50 different languages, just over 50 different currencies. So that priority list, you go, we got this issue in America, this issue in Canada, this issue in Japan, this issue in China, this issue in Europe, and we're implementing all of those. It's amazing how fast we're getting through this, with especially how big this project is. Now, I can talk all day about how we're knocking through these projects, but when it comes down to it, is we know how you feel, right? It's never fun to go through a big project like this and go, man, how come my back office reports aren't working? Are they going to be, is commission going to be another day late? Are we going to have little glitches like this? Every day that we move forward, it gets better and better and better. I would say give us, and I like to be upfront on this, man, When I told the Europeans we were going through this, I said, give us 8 weeks fully. Give me 8 weeks to be really clean on this thing. Now, that doesn't mean 8 weeks of hell, heaven to hell, or hell to, what was the title of the book? Hell to heaven, or hell to the highway, whatever it was. It was an awesome book, awesome title. Anyways, it's not 8 weeks of hell. It's probably 3 or 4 weeks of hell. And then you get week 5 is a little bit better. Week 6 is a ton better. Week 7 is a ton better. Week 8 is just cleanup. We're already past the hell. And trust me, it's it's been one. We haven't been getting sleep. I know Todd's not been getting sleep. I know none of you have been getting sleep. But this is what I love about this group. I've never worked with a group of people who are so dedicated to where even in the field, you're staying awake with us. We're all staying awake to get this thing done. So it is a triumph. It's a huge piece that we're putting together. It's a huge piece that's going to carry us into this $1 billion mark. And I'm telling you, it's so worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze. Every day it's going to get better. Just keep reporting things that you're seeing. We're knocking them out. Again, our big focus is on commissions, shipping in order, taking in order, and that will always take priority. Now, I think you know our history, and I want to reiterate this. When I built customer service, my whole thing was that we need to be able to open the kimono a little bit and gain a partnership so that we're trusted in this thing. If you ask Ken Bailey, if you ask Todd, if you ask Chris Doyle, everything that we've done over the past 8 years, if you're new, everything that we've done over the past 8 years is we will fulfill our obligation. If we say we're going to do something, we do it, right? So when you have a glitch in the commission, or you have a glitch in an order or something like that, a lot of people's first reaction is, the company's trying to screw me. You can ask these three. That has never been our MO. In fact, our MO is always, what can we do to go above and beyond for our brand partners out in the field? Because you're the ones hitting the pavement every day. You deserve to be treated like champions, because you are. And we will do everything that we can to fix any glitch that we have, to fix any issue. But the last thing that we will do as a company is try to take advantage of somebody. That's just not us. Never has been. It's not in our blood. It's not in our DNA. We're partners on this, and we're going to work through it. So as a partner, we ask, work with us. A couple more weeks of patience. I'm not saying that you can't be mad at us. I'm not saying that you can't yell and scream if you need to. Listen, we get it. This is your livelihood. We're working, we're pushing, but the juice is going to be worth the squeeze. That glass of orange juice, I'm telling you, is going to be damn delicious. It's going to be really, really good.
So Cameron, you've been there kind of through all the initial growth curves, when we were 30 million and went to 100, went to 200, and now over 500 and headed to $1 billion. But you were also part of the explosion in Europe. Can you talk us through a little bit about, how people started coming together, creating their own systems, and it just exploded?
Yeah. One of the things that I really wanted to do in Europe, again, was take this idea that we built customer service on and really expand that out into the market. And that was, I don't know what I don't know. The people, the brand partners out in the field, they know how to build these systems. They know what to do. And so everything that we did in building that market was, tell us what you want. Tell us what you need. When we first opened the market, we were $150,000 in sales. And we had an Italian group come in and they said, here's what we need. We need these 5 products. I need them registered. I need them all translated. We need all of this stuff. I need it. And the hoops we had to jump through on the legal documentation, the tax structure, everything there was crazy. But they said, I promise you, if you will do this, and if you'll get us some social selling help on this, we will explode. And so that's what we did. We went in and we got out of the way and provided them the tools that they needed, the tax structure that they needed, and they went in and they've implemented their own structures. Now, this is where this whole idea of social selling has come through. That is how we've succeeded, has been through social selling. We went from 150,000 to just a week to just under $1 million a week within the first year, which I was like, holy cow, we've done it, right? And then we went to 1.5 million the next year. And I was like, okay, this is great. The next year after that, we popped and did 100% and went to $3 million a week because we started listening and continued to listen to what they needed. You guys have systems out there. It's the same in the United States. I've seen the growth in the United States, something that is blowing my mind. And I love it because you worked on, and Todd, I got to give you guys kudos on this, man. You have drilled in that system. You have worked it. And that was the key with the European group, was we couldn't give up after 3 months when something wasn't working. You had to have faith in your system. We know it's going to work. Things don't happen overnight, right? You've got to go through iterations and changes and small things. It's the same with the merger. Things don't happen overnight. Todd, how long did it take you guys to perfect your guys' pitch and, you know, your whole MOA and Rejuvenex and everything that you're doing? It wasn't overnight. I know it wasn't.
No, it takes a minute to get anything implemented in, but Cameron, now the whole group's leveling up. I think when this system irons out, I think this thing's going to level up to, we're going to make Europe look like they're running slow. That's what I believe in all my heart.
That's my dream, baby. If you can make Europe look like, because we're going to keep running for the hills, man. If you can make Europe look slow, which you're already starting to catch up, man, I have a competition with Rick every week. I say, okay, man, you're getting closer, but now it's making me nervous because I don't want to pay out the money. I don't want to pay Rick any money, you know, but if you guys do that, I'm happy to pay him out the money. So back to this, it was the growth in Europe didn't just happen overnight. We had to stick to our plan and implement that plan, and we had to be patient with it. We went through struggles. And that's why on this one, I feel calm, because I've now got the capability to see the vision at the end and go, I've been through this before. We've been through it. We've done it. Yeah, that happens. And there's some things that are inevitable, you know, when you switch a system and you go through. But man, I tell you what, it's just like working out. Every time it hurts, but that means that it's tearing some muscle down. That means that you're building towards something great. If it doesn't hurt, probably not doing it right. Okay. This one hurts a little bit because we're tearing down the muscle. We're tearing down structure that doesn't work for where we need to go. It's the same with the Europeans. We had to tear down structure. We had to tear down ways that we were doing things. But man, I sure love that 150,000 a week to $3 million a week, because it made the pain so worth it. Because now you go and flex in the mirror and you're like, yeah, that looks good. We like how that looks, right? It's the same in the United States. It's the same worldwide. And
Cameron, one last thing to brag on you. You're the one that started the rep service department here in North America. And that has been the number one thing about our company, really all of the time. Our rep service department, after you turned it over to Omar, has just been unbelievable. So kudos to you. Thank you for taking the time and hopping on with us this morning and sharing all the information straight from the top.
Okay.
Can I jump in a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to echo a little bit of what you said. And I was getting ready to do the same thing, make sure everybody knew that Cameron was the one who initially set up our rep support in the US. And as you just said, with Omar and Taylor, Maria, Phil, our saving grace at times, just been fantastic. But what I want Cameron to speak on, he created kind of an RX culture where the reps first and taking our ideas and explain that same RX culture is going to be carried through. It just takes a little while as companies come on board and so forth. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, you know what? And that's not only an external challenge, that's an internal challenge too. And in business school, you learn something, and it's the 4 phases, right? You got forming, storming, forming, storming, norming, performing. Okay. You form a company together and you bring them together, and it's the honeymoon period. And you're like, it's going to be wonderful, until you figure out that everybody's been doing everything different for 20 years. And then you go through this storm period. And that's where we are right now. And it can be tragic and detrimental, or it can be a really great experience. And we're turning this into a great experience of, listen, this company did things this way for 20 years because that's just the way the founder set it up. That was their vision. We've done things completely different for 8 years because that was our vision, right? Now we come through, and we at ARCS, maybe we're a little loosey-goosey, and that's just us, because we, sometimes fly by the seat of our pants. But our service is what was number one. The love that we have for the brand partners. So we're going to take bits and pieces from them that are really good on tightening up our operations, on tightening up our IT, tightening up some of those things. But they're also taking from us, man, what have you guys done in the field to create this love and to create this partnership? And what have you in the field done to create that partnership with us? So I'm telling you right now, and listen, this is where patience comes in, because we did translations of the policies and procedures in Italian. And a part of the Bill of Rights was left out of the translation. And it was like, you're getting rid of the Bill of Rights. We knew this was going to happen. Yeah. And I was like, that was a clerical error. Give me a week and it's put back in, right? We would never get rid of our Bill of Rights. We would never get rid of our brand partnership with you. And that if that were to happen, I'd vamoose, because that's just not my style. That's what I love about this company, is that we get to work so closely with you. So let me give you an example. I know right now, working with our partner support team, they feel a little handcuffed because there's processes and procedures that you have to go through now for commission adjustments and volume adjustments and things like that. I personally have taken on the project to say, how do we decentralize those into each market? Because right now it's all just one person in the United States that does the whole world. You can't do that, right? It doesn't work. So what we've done is we've now implemented and saying, okay, we're following the correct procedures, everything that we need to do, but it's going to be localized in each of the offices. So we have the capability to do what we used to be able to do. Now, it doesn't happen overnight, because as a public company, we've got to make sure we're on the right processes, right procedures, but we'll still have the capability to give you the excellent service that you've always wanted. So again, it's a time thing. We just got to go through this iteration, but the juice is worth the squeeze. So Ken, dude, I know that's what I love working with you guys the most about this, because it was, and that's why we had such great success in Europe, was because I wasn't always right. The field was right 99.99% of the time, and 1% of the time I was right. Like, oh, okay, this is awesome. I feel good now, right? But we want to make sure that we're serving you and doing things quickly and effectively and efficiently. We'll get there.
Thank you, buddy. We know how awesome that ARCS culture is, and we know it's coming. Thank you.
You got it.
Coach Palmer, you want to jump in? I think he's with us.
Yes. Hey, Cameron.
Hey, Coach.
Hey. I've talked with you several times, and I think it's really good because we've got a lot of new people on the call today, or just getting started with us in the company in New Age. And I've talked with you a lot about this just in the few short years I've known you. And I'll tell you, it's been amazing. You know, your love for the brand partner, and they come first, shines through in every way. But one of the things we've talked about is we've got one job on the front lines to do, and that's get new people involved, get them paid quick, and move them along the pin ranks. And I've had some conversations with you about the new system, about, the mobile app and the things that maybe are not all in place right now, but they're soon to be fully in place.
Mm-hmm.
You believe fully, I know, but maybe you could elaborate on a little bit with the brand new person. You feel like we're going to be able to get them in, get them paid quick, and move them along like we've never seen before with the new system implemented, the onboarding videos, the things like that?
I think the pace that we're going to go at, I think you're going to double your pace on this. From an internal perspective, we're dialing in all of our processes and procedures. I mean, again, this is two companies who have done things different for 20 years. Their system used to pay on a monthly basis. We're coming to a weekly, and it's just getting used to a few things. So internally, yeah, we're going to make sure that we're going fast and furious on all those things. But on the brand partner side, man, you look at the new onboarding system that is in its first iteration right now, and it's super robust in the first iteration. Okay. We're going to continue to build that thing out. And a lot of it is about, because we want to become the #1 social selling company in the world, right? Well, there's a lot of people who go, I don't know how to use social media right now. Not only are we doing onboarding, but we're going to be providing trainings on social media and social selling. I've hired someone specific in Europe. We're hiring someone specific in the United States who's going to be focused on that social selling. I'm telling you, the systems we're coming out with are going to be crazy. Now you couple in QuickClick, you couple in a couple of other systems. You think and that's the thing, is people think QuickClick's like the only thing we're going to be implementing in social selling. It's not. It's one of a lot of different things, one of a lot of different avenues that you're going to be able to use. Happens to be most exciting for me. I think it's super cool, right? But it's just one of those things. And this is an iteration that's going to be over the next 2 or 3 years of perfecting this thing. But I'm telling you, we are going to become the #1 social selling company in the world with the best tools and the best opportunity for everybody around. And we're starting off super robust, but it's going to keep on growing.
Thank you so much, Cameron. Yeah.
I'm really glad to have you back in the United States. Not that I know you're still doing stuff for Europe, but I'm sure glad to see you back over here. When I was told that you were kind of heading up some departments, that you don't have no idea how much better I slept that night, knowing Cameron was over here on top of things. And I mean that with all sincerity. When they told me you were, I said, I'm not worried. Cameron will get some of these problems. Actually, the only thing you did wrong was you stole Taylor from rep support. So I won't give you, we'll
Hey, but you know what? Listen, I'm putting that cat over some commissions. That's where you want him. He is wicked talented on compensation. So we love it.
I know that. I'm thrilled for him to be moving up in the company, because he's been a great asset. And I know you saw that. There's so many. Coach Rowland, anything else you want to add for Cameron? I know he's got other things going on, and we got some guests today.
No, we just thank you for, Saturday morning early in Utah. We just thank you for taking the time and getting on here after you've had such a long week. And yes, all of your people you left behind in rep services have been fantastic. We're happy to see them all promoted, but it's been a long 2 weeks trying to replace them. So
well, don't worry,
next generation.
We'll get good people, and you know what? They'll follow and that's how it's been in Europe. I got over 100 people in rep support in Europe, and they all follow this, because when we interview, we find people who want to buy into that culture, and we're going to continue to do it. And guys, listen, these are just my final words. #1, thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to be able to talk to you. I love working with you. I've got such great history with you, and it's awesome to see you. And I'm excited to be back in the United States and working with y'all. But again, just remember this. I'm going to say it over and over again. The juice is worth the squeeze. It's painful during the time, you know what? And I feel it. Everybody feels it, and we're empathetic to that. But more than anything, I'm excited for what's coming. And you just got to keep forward looking, because things are happening every day, but we're getting better and better and better. And eventually you're going to look back and go, I don't remember what happened. All I remember is the good things that come out of it. It's like a Disneyland trip. Every time I take my kids to Disneyland, it's hell on wheels, because they just cry and cry and cry. And I spend $100 on a pizza, and it's terrible. But you know what? I look back on those Disneyland trips with fondness, because it's good memories, and I don't remember everybody crying. So
that's a great way to put it right there. We've all had those days at Disneyland. It's like, why are we doing this? Why are we just?
Well, I'll never come back here.
Well, Ken Bailey, going back to you. Thank you, Cameron. You can hang out with us, but we know you got a busy morning. I've seen some of your kids trying to see if you're off in there. I know that feeling.
We got baseball this morning. Heading out.
Head out. Enjoy your day. Thank you, Cameron.
See you guys.
Ken, before we go around the horn on all the level up stories for the week, give us your update on the websites. I know you found a workaround finding IDs that you shared middle of the week with us that was very helpful. And any other things you've got?
Yeah, just to echo what Cameron said, and I've been using the analogy of building a house, Todd, and we're building that house, and there's still some rooms that needs furniture in them. And the e-wallet manager, if you notice, is there this week. So the e-wallet room was built, but it's still got to be furnished and got to have some decorations put in it. One of the things that's coming this upcoming week, Todd, is the tree view is there, but again, it needs massaged and formatted. Straight from the head of IT told us yesterday that the tree view this coming week would have drastic improvements. You actually see the tree instead of just the text and all that. That's a big, big deal. So we can find placement and so forth. But the workaround Todd's talking about to help you find IDs and until that tree view happens this week. When you go into your dashboard, which by the way, there's some new formatting on the dashboard just happened yesterday as well. If you'll come down where it says count by title on the right-hand side and click on that, it'll bring up your team by each title. And if you click on like supervisor, it'll show you a list of all your supervisors and what their rep IDs are. So any title, so you can see the rep ID of your entire team by doing that. So that's like a little workaround to get an ID until that happens. So all that's coming. As Cameron said, he said the 2-week period. What we were told by head of IT, by the end of one more week, you would see drastic improvements. And he believed within 2 weeks, we'd just be cleaning up things here and there. So it's moving along quickly. I know it's frustrating while it's being built. And again, that home analogy, Todd, I had this house built. It was supposed to be 5.5 months. It turned into 10 months. And we were in an apartment at the time because we'd sold our other house and all that kind of stuff. There was times during that I was like, man, take me back to the old house, right? Now looking back, I would wait 2 years, 5 years to get into what I'm into now. And I think that's what Cameron's saying. We're in that frustration period, that storm period, but everything good is coming and the juice is worth the squeeze, as he kept saying. So just hang on. 2 weeks maybe, Todd. I think tops. We'll have not everything in place, but we'll be living in the house and have all of our rooms and be able to sign people up, find the rep IDs quickly, be able to search. So I'm excited about where it's headed, even though last story here, Todd, I can remember meeting with my builder on a Friday and he said, Ken, the painters are coming in on Monday and there's a lot of stuff happens after paint. Well, he called me Monday morning and the painters had COVID. 2 of them were in the hospital. So nothing happened for 3 weeks. So frustrating. But then once it was painted and everything moved forward, everything's just fantastic. And I forget about those times. So that's where we're at, folks. We're moving into our dream house and we're just finishing up some of the rooms. Give us a couple of weeks here. And I promise you, you're going to be like, yeah, Cameron was right. Ken was right. Not that I need to be right, but I just see it. I see the vision of where we're headed, even though we're in that, frustration kind of a period right now. Todd?
Ken, like you've lost a little bit of weight on Level Up.
I have. I'm down 13 pounds since it started and feeling just fantastic.
Well, guys, we have some
Coach.
crazy. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey,
That's Coach.
Hey, I see the 13 pounds Ken's down. He's inspiring me. He's beat my butt. So I do have one thing to say. Ken just said before we go to our store. One of the things I know Todd on the front lines, I know I did too, is while we're in this period of some challenges on the website as far as getting enrollments, Todd, we're using paper applications right now. I know that sounds old school, but we've got them on the Level Up website. I mean, being able to, once you get a sale, get it down on paper. That way you've got it. Get it. It might take you a little bit to get it in the system, but you've got it there to get it in the system. I know you're using that too, Coach. Is that correct?
As a matter
we've
of fact,
enrolled quite a few people last week, and we used that a lot.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I wasn't going to go to her first, but we'll go to Kim Gray first because we're going to go to our Level Up health stories, but there's twofold on the Level Up. One is level up your health. The other is level up your mindset and your business. And Kim Gray this week, I worked with her up in Huntsville, and I know yesterday morning, I think she stacked up 7 applications and then just called them all in. So Kim, talk a little about your trip to Huntsville. I think maybe after today, there's going to be about 15 to 17 new people in the system off of 2 days work. But talk a little bit about that Level Up there, your experience working right through it and then putting them on paper applications and how you got them all in the computer.
Okay, Todd, yes, it was very busy, very wild, and very busy again. We went from place to place. Sonia has had everything lined up, and We started off at a restaurant, and then we started off at a Remax, and then we went to a health place. But every place we signed up people, and I'd get that application out, and we would fill out applications. And then so yesterday's setting, when we had about a 30-minute break, I got on the phone with Crystal at Rep Support, and I sat there and I put in 7 new brand partners. And actually we did about 2 also customers, and then adjusted 1 subscription for someone. And then today, Sonia is actually at a golf tournament place, and she's signing up about 5 more new brand partners that's there that we already talked to Wednesday. So it has been a very, very busy, very wild a couple days. I love going to Huntsville. I love meeting the new people. The people that we signed up yesterday, they are on fire. We grouped them together. They're going to actually start their first meeting together, hopefully in the next week or 2. So it has been a very busy 2 days. But like I said, I love doing them, and we do the applications. I've always done the applications myself, and I love doing the applications.
So Kim, I mean, everybody has the same things going on, but last week you had 3 officers promoting your business on one leg, and then this week you put in, I think after today, maybe 5,000 volume points on the other one today, in the last 3 days. So what's kind of your secret to just making it level up business wise anyway?
Well, it's actually, we put in 8,000 points yesterday. Me and Sonia did on her side. And so I just love helping my people. I just love going out and helping them. Somebody asked me yesterday, said, are you signing up people? Well, when I do, I can, and I try if they come to me, but I am really 100% trying to help my people in my downline. I think I've got a trip planned for the 2nd week to go to Lakeland for Mr. Tom and Lorraine. And I just love helping my downline, because I can see when I help my downline, I was talking to my husband a while ago, when I help my downline, it helps me. So that is my goal, is to help them and then to help me.
Thank you, Kim. Your congratulations on leveling up your business, leveling up your life, leveling up everything. Just can't brag on you enough. We got a lot more level uppers. Chris, let's go to Richard Hawkins over in Arkansas. He has posted, one of the requirements is on the Level Up program, and it is to condition us all, to include me, Chris, to include you. We're all trying to recondition our brain, new habits for success. And we're trying to become the greatest social selling company in the world. And one of the requirements in the Level Up, even if you're phase 1, is to at least post on Level Up Life daily. Melissa Jackson, Deb up in Canada, Hillbaloo, Clark Snow, don't let me get started. I have just done a crazy good job. We all talk about how they're motivating us, but Richard Hawkins is not missed a day, and he's keeping about 15 seconds ahead of me running his mile. He's kicking my butt. Couldn't be more proud of you, Richard, but tell us about it. Tell us how you've set a new set of habits in your life the last 24 days.
Well, I just decided for the 60-day challenge, I was going to try to tone up a little more and do at least a run or a walk every day. And then I downloaded this app, and it wants me to follow the app's training 3 days a week. And that's why 3 days a week I only post the way it tracks me. That's the only app I have that tracks me. And it tells me when to run, when to walk, and I try to do exactly like it says. And my goodness, it's getting tough. I don't know if I can stay on pace with the way it's going, but I am going to stay on pace for the 60-day challenge, because don't get me wrong, I'm doing the 60-day challenge Level Up for me, but I post it for everybody. Try to encourage them, not to brag on me. It ain't me. I'm trying, just like the other day I posted, I ran in the rain. Well, I'm goofy, but it felt good to run in the rain. And then yesterday, I did not feel like doing anything. It's one of them days where I'm like, I got stuff to do at the office. I just lay here and relax. Well, I got up and went anyway. So I'm leveling up for me. I post for everybody else, trying to encourage them and try to keep everybody motivated. But the level up mindset, I'm trying to level up my tolerance and patience for technology. I know everybody has the same complaints I do with you're trying to use the app or the website, trying to send a link, whatever. The thing is, it's going to be great when it's done. We want it instant. And while I was walking, I'm still walking out here at the track while I'm listening to Zoom. So there's no excuse for not getting on a Zoom and exercising at the same time, Todd. But anyway, I got to thinking back when I was in college, we first got internet. You could click on a page, go fix a sandwich, come back, and it might be loaded or it might not. So let's think about that. It was horrible, and we were tickled to have it. Now we want everything so instant. So, right now, everybody wants to lose 100 pounds in 10 days. They want to make $1 million in 2 days. Y'all, we all got to put effort. We have to have patience. And I'm preaching to myself as much as anybody. I talked to Dan yesterday. He called me and I said, well, I know. And he was talking about a couple other things. I said something about the website and he said, well, I know. I said, no. I'm not complaining. I know everybody else can complain the same as I can. And I know, all the issues going on. So I'm just having a good day, staying focused, trying to level up for my 60 days. And after the 60 days, I'll take it to the next level. I hope, if I can survive 60 days. I'm almost halfway there. I think today is 27.
Richard, one of the things that happens to all of us, has happened to me, and that is there are days I have not had time nor felt like getting my 2-mile walk or run in, and making myself do one or the other now for however long it's been, 25 days, has totally reset my mindset. I think it's made me feel better than I felt in years. Are you seeing the same thing? Just creating that discipline for yourself?
Absolutely. We went to Chicago a couple weekends ago to my cousin's wedding, and I walked around the hotel and I walked on the treadmill. Well, the day we came home, we left that morning, got home, and I hadn't done my exercise. I felt so guilty. I went and walked in the dark because I was like, I'm not missing a day. It might just be a simple, easy walk for me, but maybe it'll encourage somebody else to not give up, because you can't quit on yourself. People will let you down. People will quit on you. Your team will quit on you. Some of them. You can't quit on yourself. If you quit on yourself, there's no hope. You got to keep leveling up. You got to stay focused.
You guys like Richard Hawkins, who are posting every day, you really have no idea how much you're helping everybody. It is so motivating, exhilarating. Those of you who are not posting every day, Richard said it. It's posting especially in our Facebook group. It's not about bragging on yourself. It's about helping all of us. We want to see your time, good and bad. We want to see you drink your gallon of water, hard or easy. We want to see you eating from the approved food list. I know a lot of people are like me, eating from that approved food list between wake up and about 7 p.m. is really easy, but about 7:05, I don't know what it is, but that's when everything that's not on the approved food list starts getting bells on it and ringing my name. So it's that discipline day in and day out that it helps reset. But thank you, Richard, and congratulations to you. It's awesome. Awesome watching you. And for those that don't know Richard Hawkins, he's already dropped 100 pounds before this level up. And I don't know how much more you've lost, but I can tell you've lost more since Arkansas. And speaking of Arkansas, Ted Boulds from Southern Missouri, who was at the Arkansas event, he and I and Chris made a $500 bet between the three of us about who would be the first one below 200. And Ted, I think maybe you're 12, 14 pounds down now. I know you're trying to break the 230 mark, and maybe Chris hit 229, you hit 230 this week, but I can see in your face you're doing an excellent job. Tell us about it, Ted.
Well, the Arkansas event basically gave me a go, and it's Southern Illinois, by the way, not Missouri. But the biggest thing is that Level Up has given me an accountability group that I want to be with you, Todd. I want to be with Chris. I want to be with Richard Hawkins. I want to be with everyone on this team in the years to come. And so this program, we have so many different products, so many different ways to talk about the business. And it just seems like that this has given us a game plan on how to simplify everything in our lives. And I've been able to do several different things in my life, but I've always been overweight from where I should be at. I've got high blood pressure, and I saw that for every 2 pounds I lose, I'll drop a point on my blood pressure. And so I'm going to level up to get off blood pressure medication. I'm going to level up to be with the rest of the team. And ones like Richard Hawkins, when I see him post, he's just an inspiration to me. We both are in the same industry in insurance and investments. And guys, I just know that I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up this time. And I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to get down to 195, and I'm going to do it quicker than Chris and Todd are. So I'm not done yet. So
Y'all gonna have me running 10 miles and not eating today.
Yeah. I got a 2.4 mile course that I do every day. And whether it's 9 o'clock at night or 6:30 in the morning, I'm going to get it in. And I've also got, by the way, I've got a big old gallon thing of water. And that's been harder for me to do than actually the exercise. To drink a full gallon of water, I've never done that before, and it's been a challenge.
And Ted, that's a great point, is that some things will come easier to some than others, and some things harder. For some people, drinking the water they're going to do it no matter what. And others, it's like a gallon of water is like a mountain to them. And I've always heard this, the things that are the hardest to you is what your body needs the most. So the ones that make the most excuses about the exercise or the approved food list. So the exercise and the water come very easy to me. I love both, although the discipline to do it every day is something I had lost through the years. But what comes hard to me is eating exactly from the approved food list. 90% is easy, but when you get it exactly on the approved food list, that proves itself at some point every day. Very, very difficult in my life. I have to really, really, really work at it. But Brent, I know Chris is headed to a live training. He's got a huge group there in Jackson, Tennessee this morning. Ken, anybody got any closing comments?
Coach, I do. I just had to yank it over on the side of the road, pull off, because I heard Ted. I'm like, he said something that was magical, that it just hit me like somebody slapped me in the face. He said, I'm leveling up to get off my blood pressure medication. We're in an industry where we're always worried about, we always end with saying, I don't treat, diagnose, or cure, but man, when you're excited about something, you want to tell people, like he was saying, for every 2 pounds, he sees, his blood pressure drop. He just made a very special thing when he said, one of the things I want to do, I want to level up to get off my blood pressure medication. I mean, there's so many people across the world that could be like, man, me too. What are you doing? Show me the program. Let me get on, rather than it being a pill or a product or a ingredient. He didn't say that. He just said, I'm leveling up to change my life, basically. That was, to me, a big aha of what we have with the Level Up program that makes this thing so super powerful.
So please, everybody, post every day. I know I get the same feeling sometimes. I'm like, not one person on planet Earth wants to see one more post I put out there. So don't think that about yourself. We all are using each other I can guarantee you right now, without Ted, without Melissa Jackson, without Deb up in Alberta, without Hill Ballou, without Clark Snow, without Lance McAllister, without Ted Niblett, without Brent Palmer, without all these people posting, I would have skipped the day. There's no doubt in my mind. I know myself, but I look at them and I'm like, I ain't skipping. I am going to get out here. I thought I was going to run every single day. I have to admit, there's been 2 or 3 times I've just walked 2 miles throughout the first 25 days, but I have not missed 1 or the 2. And every time I do it, I'm just so thankful that all these people have kept me accountable. So That being
Todd,
said,
Todd,
go ahead, Kim.
One last thing. I think we can translate that same thing into, I want to congratulate Kim Gray and Sonia Eamfinger and Jerry Halsey and you up there. Even with the issues going on, you're working right through it. Put 7 people in yesterday, they did. What's our excuse? Because we're having some bumps in the system. I'm talking to myself too. They're building right through it. We need to take that example, just like we're taking the rest of the level up example.
That's exactly right, Ken. Well, guys, let's open it up. Like I said, Chris was in a meeting, and we'll open it up, let everybody say hello and hi to everybody.
Thanks, guys, for everything. Love you. Grateful
Thank
for you.
you.
Thank you,
Grateful to have
everybody.
everybody.